you a sun-kissed look without tanning. So here to show you how to master your bronzer, Grace Lee, our celebrity makeup artist. Hello, how are you? Good, are you? Good. We have two different models, two different skin tones, and we're going to talk about using that bronzer the right way.
The right way.
Yes.
Because there is a wrong way to apply bronzer, and I just feel like if you apply too much of bronzer, that's just the wrong way.
And it's everywhere. It's not supposed to be everywhere.
You're gonna look orange. You wanna look at where the sun naturally hits your face, and that's the highest planes of your face. So it's the forehead, it's the bridge of the nose, it's the top of the cheekbones here, and also on your chin.
Okay.
I feel like people kind of forget you don't have to look like a tomato, you know? Bronzer is also meant to look very natural.
Right.
And what I like to do is also, I think you can kind of see the difference already. It will naturally contour the face, exactly, and it warms up your face. It's meant to look like you've been kissed by the sun, not drenched and slathered, and it then starts to look really muddy and not pretty.
When are you using your bronzer? Are you using this first? Are you using this after you've applied everything else? Like, is this the last thing you do, or is it somewhere in between the whole routine?
It's a preference. I do like to apply it after foundation. Some people like to do it when everything is done, and then they add that as your last layer. The one thing that I think that people forget, and this is when people tan and go on vacation, they never tan this part.
That's true.
So they can have a tan face, everyone's laughing. So what I would do is apply that bronzer also in your neck.
Got it. That doesn't make you want to laugh? Every time somebody puts makeup on my neck, I'm like, tee. But then again, I'm also 5 years old.
Right. So again, naturally sun-kissed. If I say 1 layer or 2 layers is enough, and then walk away. Because if you have oily skin, it will also oxidize. And by 3 p.m., you will look like a tomato.
Oompa loompa.
So yes.
Okay, let's go over to Unique now. Slightly different skin tone. Still using the bronzer, and I would encourage everyone, there's a bronzer for everyone in the market, like deep, dark skin tones, deep, dark browns. You can still do the bronzer. We might not be out there tanning.
Exactly.
But you can still have a sun-kissed look.
And it gives you that kind of golden glow.
Right.
And I feel like that's any skin tone.
That's right.
The sun naturally will do that.
It does.
And so it doesn't matter if you're super pale or super dark, you can still use bronzer.
And warm yourself up. So what are you looking for in terms of color, I want to talk about with bronzer?
It depends on what brand you're looking at. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer, and it comes in 3 shades. The deepest is really deep. So what I would do is, if it's a really deep shade, go with a really big brush. Find the biggest brush that you possibly can. Another easy thing to do if you don't really know is a trick that I like to do, and is create a 3. So you can, and I also like to work forehead and work my way down. That way you know you're not missing anything. What I like to do is create a 3, and you get right under the chin, the neck, and you naturally will create a contour under the cheeks.
Yeah, you can see it already.
Oh yeah.
So you don't need a ton of it.
You don't need a ton, especially this is 300. This is the deepest shade. And honestly, this would also give you that kind of sun-kissed glow. And that's why applying a big brush will also diffuse the color a bit. And then if you use something a little smaller and concentrated, it will, like a blush brush, which I want to show you, it'll really concentrate the color.
If you're a darker complexion, are you going for the deepest shade though, or are you going lighter?
It depends on how you want
you're trying to achieve.
Exactly. And there are also matte bronzers. There's bronzers with shimmer. There's so many different options. What I would say is go with the matte first, and then if you want to add that little sparkle, then do that after.
Really good. You can see the difference quickly, so you don't need a ton.
You don't need a ton.
Don't look like you buried yourself in the sun.
Less is more sometimes.
That's right.
And then wait.
Gracie, thank you.